I'm Mandy Juros, and I'm going to be speaking to you about why I believe that more films should pass the Bechdel test. Now, before I tell you why, I have to explain the Bechdel test to you. The Bechdel test, even though it's called a test, films aren't actually required to pass it, though some films do. It has three components to it, where there's two female characters, they have to be named, they have to talk to each other, and they have to talk about something other than a man. Now, to put this into perspective, because when I first learned about the Bechdel test, I thought, oh, this is probably every movie I've watched, because it seems pretty simple. But in 2013, at the Academy Awards, there were 8 Best Picture nominated films, and out of the 8, none of them passed the Bechdel test. Silver Linings Playbook and Beasts of the Southern Wild partially passed, but some of the characters weren't actually named, and the conversation wasn't essential to the plot. I think if more films pass the Bechdel test, then we will start eliminating stereotypes that we present in film. A lot of women get cast in bit parts as like the love interest or the sidekick, so they seem like they have a good part of the show, but really they're just helping the man on the journey. I think that if more women don't have the bit parts, then girls will see that, oh, I can be a superhero and not have to be just the love interest of the damsel in distress. Having this, the female characters get more independence and they become more strong. An example of this is Daisy Buchanan in the Great Gatsby movie or Lois Lane. They seem very strong characters, but they never actually talk to another female character and they don't pass the Bechdel test. And even with one conversation, you can really change a movie because screenwriters are taught that every conversation, every dialogue is a moment to advance the plot forward. And so having 2 female characters speak of how they're going to come to the climax or the resolution, they become independent and they don't rely on the man to have their plot move forward. An example of this is Tangle. The whole movie is based on Rapunzel because it's her hair, but the plot doesn't continue until Flynn Rider invades the tower. And so that movie would not have happened without Flynn Rider. Also, I think that it would give young girls better role models when they watch movies, because every little girl wants to be a princess, which I agree with, and how about a princess that kicks butt and doesn't rely on the prince to save her first? Also, I think that we will start seeing more films with female characters that are the leads and not just the damsel in distress bit parts, because then we can have independent female characters, they eliminate stereotypes, but this is not all films, as a disclaimer, because Captain America, I don't want to see female characters in it. Like, I like the Avengers, I like superhero movies. They're set to a certain genre and a certain audience to films. But if more films pass the Bechdel test, then we have more variety in the movie industry.